What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Jack K. You know, I do everything but sell ass. I could if I wanted to, but I don't do it. And for those people that's out there, again, no offense, do what you do. It is what it is. We all got to make our money and do what we feel is best fit for us. So I just know that you out here doing what you got to do. But for me and mine, we don't have to. We're going to use our God given talents and we're going to go out here and be who we're supposed to be. And again, no offense to anybody, but just know that I'm not going to be on here talking about no offense, no offense, no offense. If you get offended and you feel a certain way, go talk to your therapist about it, okay? Not me. Anyways, today's episode, we're basically going to be coming in and just giving you an introduction of who I am and why I'm doing this podcast right now. See, we see a lot of people on social media want to start, their little conversations on their lives or starting their podcast. And I feel like it's time for me to go ahead and get my story out there. It's time for me to go and talk about what I want to talk about. Um, I feel so many people pulling on me, and it's my time. It's my time. So I got my phone right here. I got my journal. I got a couple of little exercises that I'm going to be doing. So you'll see me pull away a little bit, but this is all a part of the journey. And this journey is about self care, self love, and self worth. Now, a lot of people don't understand what that means. At first, when I started this journey about self care, self love, and self worth, I got a lot of backlash from it because some people that were close to me in my life felt like I was being very selfish. It came off as you only think about yourself. You don't think about anybody else. What works best for you is what you're going to do, and it's your way or the highway. And at first, I'm like, man, no, I don't want to be like that. I don't want people to think that that's who I am. But in actuality, that's exactly who I needed to be. And the reason why I knew that I needed to be that way is because I was doing too much for everybody else and not enough for me. If you're doing what you need to do for yourself, then you can show up for other people how you can show up, how you need them to show up, should I say. And it took a long time to really get there. You'll probably hear me talk about this a lot. 2020 really opened up my eyes when don't want to say the word, when COVID happened. COVID-19 happened and everybody pretty much was forced to sit down. Like nobody could really do too much. We really had to share our own thoughts with ourselves and really figure out who we are. And that's where I started to open up and to become the person that I am today in 2024. Um, I love where I am, but I couldn't have gotten there if I didn't take that time out to figure out who I am and what my purpose is. So, self care, self love, and self worth. The main three things that anybody should be implementing in their daily routine, in their weekly routine, monthly routine, whatever you want to call it. These are the main three things that you should be implementing in your life in order to get to your self discovery journey. Self love. Basically, just showing up for yourself and just putting yourself first before you do anyone. For me, I have kids. I have to make sure I have enough time in the morning to think about myself, get myself fed, take care of my hygiene and all of those things first before I get my kids up and tell them to get themselves together. Because if I don't, I'll be focused on them so much that when it comes down to me having to do it, I'm going to half ass it. And where I'm at in life, I don't want to half-ass nothing. There's nothing that should be half-assed because if you're giving half of your energy to it, you might as well not even do it because what's the purpose of not doing all that you need to do? Like, why not give 100? We hear people have these conversations on men and women should be 50-50. 50-50 what? If I bring my 100 to the table, you bring your 100 to the table, we can have a solid 200. Why would I want to split 50 between me and you and just get 100 when I can have two? Sometimes you have to make it make sense. Self worth, understanding that no is okay, saying yes is cool, but setting those boundaries. Know your worth. If you feel uncomfortable with doing something, say no. That's what self worth is to me. Like, I'm going to show up for myself and I'm going to show people that no, I'm not just going to be around here just saying yes to everything just because you feel like I should say yes. It just is what it is. I'm not saying yes to everything because it's not healthy. And I'm not just saying no just because I want to say no or just to be mean. No. Sometimes it just is no. It's just no. And another thing that I learned the past couple years is it's okay to not give someone an answer immediately. That's where I really started to understand self-worth and those boundaries. You can ask me a question and I'm like, you know what, let me get back to you instead of, yeah, 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 or I'm thinking there because there's like a bunch of things going through my mind. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, there'd be a lot of things going on in my mind. So I realized that I can make the best decisions if I just slow down. I take some time to think about what it is, the question is, and then I can analyze it. And that's probably like a Capricorn thing. We're always analyzing everything. Sometimes I feel like, it don't need to take all of that, and it don't. But I am going to sit back and think about what it is that I need to think about first before I just give an answer. The next thing was self-care, self-love, self-worth. All of those things come in hand. Again, when you're on this journey, take that time out for you to cultivate what it is that you want, and nobody can stop you. All right, so a little bit about me. Um, Again, 2020 opened up my eyes and got me to this point where I am loving myself, trusting myself more. I cut off all of my hair. I was a little baldy, a bad baldy, should I say. I might have to insert a picture here or a little video snippet. And during that time, it really opened up my eyes and just took all of the shame that I had on myself off of me. It took all of the embarrassment off of me. It took all of um, other people's thoughts off of me because I was just holding so much baggage. I don't know if you heard of that song, Bag Lady by Erica Badu, but that's real. That's very real. Bag Lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. Like, that's real. You got to put that stuff down. You have to allow yourself to hear what people say, about what you should be doing with your life, but let it go through one ear and out the other. Filter what you need, take out what you don't, but don't hold on to those things if it's negative and it doesn't serve you any purpose. And right now, we have to understand we have to serve ourselves again first. Serve yourself first. So, me cutting off all my hair, I'm in this go getter mode. I'm like, man, I look and feel like a different person. I want to lose weight. I started my yoga journey. I'm just loving myself. And as I'm on this journey, the places that I'm going, the photo shoots that I'm doing, the interviews that I'm doing with people, everybody's just enlightened by me. Like, man, you shine and you bright. Like, what made you cut your hair? And I had to keep it simple with them. Like, I needed a change. I needed to start over. I needed to allow me to be who I am without everybody else's opinions. And it was that easy. Once my hair started to grow back, I started to want more. I noticed that everything just started to upgrade in my life. Everything. And maybe for like a year, I kept it bald. A family member had passed away. May she rest so very well in peace. And I'm like, you know what? After this service, after her memorial service, I am going to let my hair grow back out. And when I let my hair grow back out, I'm going to get locks because I feel like locks are just like the next best thing to do. I've had this journey of growing my hair, putting weave in it, all of these types of things that I was doing. But I'm like, I really want to try the lock journey. So that's where I went with that after I allowed everything to just come off, all the weight to come off, all the baggage to come off that I put on myself, the doubt that I put on myself, all of that stuff just came off. And as I'm growing my hair, I'm loving this new look and just becoming a better version of myself. And throughout that entire journey, one of the main reasons why I cut my hair for real, was because I felt like I was really holding on to so much trauma. And I couldn't let that go without having a symbol, like without actually having something to cut off. You know, like how when you go to church and the pastor is like, you have to give an offering or give up something in order to receive something else. That's the mindset that I was in. I'm going to give up my hair and I'm going to receive so much more joy and abundance and love and everything in my life. And that's exactly what happened because truth be told, I was traumatized as a kid. I was sexually abused And I didn't know what to do with that story. I didn't know how to handle that story because it was a big part of who I was. It still is. It's a big part of who I am right now. But I understand how to talk about it. I understand how to move. I understand how to influence people with my story. At first, I didn't. And so during that time, it really opened up my eyes to be like, okay, cool. Now let's start working on your healing. So it was really a healing journey for me, cutting off my hair and what I say, bovid happening to us and allowing me to think by myself and with my own thoughts and just view the world very, very differently. So I let go of all of the trauma. I let go of my hair and just allow new connections to happen, letting go of bad habits. It was a start of new friendships, new relationships, like all of those things. It's been an amazing 4 years. It's been a damn roller coaster too, by the way. When I tell you I do not like roller coasters, ugh, but sometimes you have to be taken out of your comfort zone in order to really get to the next level of where you want to go. And that is the main focus with this podcast. I want to be an influence to people who want it. For those who don't, this just isn't for you. The things that I'm going to talk about, it can get raw, it can get raunchy, it can get sad. We might cry. You will be healed in the end. You will take something from this podcast. So, my goal is to share my experience with you all. My goal is to allow you to come into my space because my space is very sacred. When I'm around people, I tell you can see my aura. My I'm so pure, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I am so pure that I can feel the energy from people around me, which is why I'm always protected. My spirit guides protect me, whether you believe in that stuff or not. You believe in God, Buddha, Jesus, whatever you believe in. I believe that I am highly protected by so many things, physically here on this earth and outside of this earth. And I understand that I'm here for a bigger reason. And I'm not going to allow myself to get caught up in just making money and just being on social media, showing people how cute I am and how pretty I am and saying, oh my God, I'm this and I'm that. No, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be the best version of myself. And with this podcast, I'm going to allow you to come into my energy and take what you need, leave what you don't. Pass it on if you need to. Pass it on if you're supposed to. If you feel led to do something, you feel led to speak on something, jump in the comments. Make sure that you guys are subscribing, okay? Make sure that we are pushing and pulling each other because just as I'm releasing these things out into the universe, out into the world, out into the community, you're giving me something as well. And I can't just take. We have to get out of the mindset in this day and age to not just be out here just taking from people. It's a give and pull. Okay? So as I give, you give. That's my focus. That's what I want for you guys. That's what I want for me. This is helping me to continue my healing journey and to open up the doors and just release what needs to be released and keep striving to be the best version of myself. That's it. That's what I want for you. I'm showing up to show you that somebody cares. That somebody is me. Okay? Show up for yourself. All right, so I need you guys to make sure you're always going to my website. I'm going to always push you to go to my website first. My website first. If you are an entrepreneur out here and you're just getting started, you don't really know what to do, or if you're a vet, you've been in the game for a very, very long time and you like to take pointers from people. Here's something that I want to share with you that a lot of people won't show you or tell you or probably don't even know. Okay? Like we say on this podcast, show up for yourself first before you give out that energy to anybody else. It's so easy to hop on social media and to give away all of your gems and to take, but it's not as easy when you show up and build a platform for yourself. So what I need you to do is to always check in on my website, which is the number one, JACKEE.com. Okay? Everything that you need is going to be right there. The events that I'm going to be doing, hosting, popping up at are going to be there. If you're looking to get services, that's going to be there. My shop is there. Everything's going to be there. Links to my social media, okay, are always going to be there. Then I'm going to post my clips to YouTube. Okay, YouTube pays a lot of money. You get some real nice accolades when you start doing numbers on YouTube. So if you don't want to watch a full episode on my website, you can always go on YouTube, check out the clips there. That's my YouTube. I'll link that right here in the description. You can also go over to my social media sites, which is Facebook. We got TikTok, and we also have what's that? Instagram. We got Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook as social media sites. So all different names. We're gonna go ahead and insert those links right there. But you know what to do. If you like, go ahead and share it with somebody. Make sure that you're subscribing. Make sure that you're commenting so that we can engage with each other and we can give each other what we need, okay? Showing up for self and showing up for each other is the goal. Got it? Got it. All right, so the next episode and the first episode that we're going to be doing is I probably should have looked at that first. All right. The next episode and the first episode that we will be starting off this journey with is the importance of self-love in a busy world. Because everybody's moving around and everybody has something to say and everybody is doing something. We're going to talk about the very, very important thing, which is understanding your self-love in a busy world where everybody's moving around and doing something. Okay? We're going to lock in. We're going to continue in on this growth and check out this episode. Share, subscribe, like, and comment. As always, I love you.